Welcome everyone to my new educational video presentation between instant funding and evaluation prop firms. I would like to talk about certain things that are not that popular in the space of discussions and help you decide, help you make your best decisions, but also make sure you understand certain important things for your trading journey. Before we get started, we do have our prop firm Discord community. Feel free to join. It is the link in the comments area for that. And at the same time, if you consider the instant funding prop firms, the best one right now is the Ticktick trader. I have tons of videos about. You can find out more. There is 45% discount. We talk about it at the end of the video, right? So let's just get into the topic of instant funding versus evaluation prop firms. 4 different problems that I'd like to cover today in a different form than the usual materials you find online in a different type of topics, right? So the first one is the problem of resources. The problem of resources refer to the problem of time. In order to pass evaluations, whether we talk about 1 step or 2 steps, will take time. Whether we talk about daily evaluations that will allow you, prop firms that will allow you to pass your evaluation in a single day, will actually request you to have a type of trading that is unhealthy. And that unhealthy type of trading will be translated into a funded model, which will give you a bankruptcy, right? So that's obviously very bad. If you talk about evaluations that will require you to trade your evaluations for a few days, that takes time, and that time equals with money. Compared to the instant funding, where you are actually saving time, and that time that has been saved can equal with money earned. Obviously, by saving time do not determine you're going to make money, due to the fact that the money is earned not by saving the time. The money is earned by the trading skills you have. But of course, what we do here is that by saving the time, it increases your chances to produce more money on the long term. If you look out to 6 months or 12 months activity, obviously you are in advantage with instant funding from this timing standpoint. Another thing, the work you are involving, right? The work you're doing is also a resource that you're dedicating. And I guess that none of you would like to dedicate resources in an environment that you're not going to get paid for. So you produce certain things, but I'm going to take care about that in a different topic. Let's just go forward to the next one. The problem of skills. The problem of skills is in the following way. Practicing and trading is usually what a lot of the people consider for the evaluation phases nice, great, and valuable. Well, practicing and trading in a non-monetizable environment is different than in a monetizable environment. What do I mean by this? The trading during evaluation phase is not going to be rewarded. Trading once you pass your evaluation and once you start trading again, another round, can be monetized by your performance. But what you did prior to that is not monetizable. It's just giving you an opportunity to monetize it later. So once again, for those of you that consider evaluations are great for practicing, developing your skills, and of course, the price is also cheaper, and why not doing it in a cheaper environment? Because we, however, want to educate ourselves and practice and learn, why not doing it there? Well, simply because it's 2 different mental and psychological environments. Monetizable and non-monetizable. It is not like demo, but it's between demo and monetizable, if that makes sense, which is not good for all of you, due to the fact that you upgrade yourself once you get funded, and then it's a total different environment. So people start doing mistakes because they feel different things in their trading journey from the psychology side. All sorts of emotions that didn't appear before, all sorts of chemical reactions that didn't appear before, all sorts of stress, sadness, happiness, frustration, triggers actions, makes you blind, and it's pretty much total different as an environment, just like I said, from this standpoint. That's what I'm saying. Evaluations in this category as well are inferior compared to the instant funding. Skills needs to be developed in a monetizable environment for the highest efficiency rate. I'm not saying that you cannot have good skills by going through evaluations as well and then try to adapt to the monetizable environment, but you're wasting time and then you're also wasting resources when it comes down to your mental. Great. The next thing that has to be talked about here is the problem of opportunity. The problem of opportunity means the following thing in this case scenario. For evaluations, if you have a goal of $3,000 to pass your evaluation, so you do the work to produce that $3,000, why not doing the same work where you would actually get paid for that $3,000 you've produced? Why would you look forward to producing that for free? Produce the $3,000, earn your $3,000 in a place where you have a much better opportunity, because the markets today of prop firms offer us a great opportunity to monetize our trading skills from the beginning. And that's beautiful, right? So the same situations you have on the market, your great entries, why not taking advantage realistically in a monetizable environment of your great entries, of your great trading skills, of the hours and work you're putting? Why not? There's no reason to refuse resources that would come to you by the same work you would do in an environment where you don't get paid. That's the reality. The next thing is basically the problem of price. The problem of price is usually represented that, most of the time people say evaluation phases are cheaper and you can have a cheaper route towards the funded pricing of the accounts because you pay a cheaper evaluation and then you have a cheaper activation fee. So totally, you don't need to spend as much as the instant funding. Most of the time, that is correct. If you are not blowing evaluations, if you start blowing evaluations, you also start having a mental price for that. You also start feeling sad. You also start feeling frustrated. Do you calculate this specific things to your trading journal or just the money side? Do you know how that specific frustration influences your upcoming trading activity? Or simply you do not want to consider that as a, personal desire? Obviously, I'm not talking about you as a person, but I'm just talking about a topic. It has to be considered, guys. The mental state we are is creating the environment for our trading journey. And during a difficult mental state, our environment journey is going to be a lot difficult. It creates even more roadblocks and it creates an external input which will be quite heavy, for honestly. Like if you blow 10, 20, 30 accounts in a row, or if you blow just a few, it's still a mental cost you have to work with. And that's not easy. So it's something that comes additionally, again, without any rewards. People that say these things will bring you rewards at some point are obviously missing the fact that we just cannot talk about things that could appear potentially at some point. We have to talk very objectively on things we could achieve starting by now. So that's the thing with the problem of the price when it comes down to the cheap side. But also there is another one. When you ask people to pay a cheap price for a service or for something they would like to work with, they tend to consider it based on the value they paid for that price. When you ask people to pay, such as instant funding is more expensive, correct. But if you ask someone to be participating in a journey where he needed to pay a bigger price, I am sure he's going to consider that directly or even indirectly, automatically by his subconscious or she's subconscious, more of a serious activity. Because it needed to pay a bigger price for it. The more price you pay for something, the more you have to consider it serious. Even though someone could say that even a cheap evaluation should do its job. Indeed, but just like I said, it creates a different mental state, which is, per my suggestion, not as serious as when you get funded from the beginning. Plus, on top of that, just a few things. People YOLO accounts on evaluations. When you grab evaluations of $30, $40, $50, $60, people say, I can afford. They already calculating the price. I can afford losing 2 or 3. They already calculate that from the beginning. I can afford losing a few, and I'm still going to be fine with the activation fee. Now, this again creates a mental state that lacks focus and opens the doors for those mistakes that will continue with your journey. Because this is what I like to tell you, fellas. If you go through such model of trading from evaluations, you're going through a model of psychology that is going to be transferred as well in the instant funding. You have to get rid of that. So it's definitely having advantages in my case scenario with all the things that I'm telling you here, fellas, in the instant funding from what I see. There's also certain advantages of the evaluations. That's true. Such as, clearly, the price. Price is cheaper. But that advantage comes with a price as well. And that price you're paying for a cheaper price, for the long run, might be expensive. This is what I'm trying to portray and underline. These are a few things that I've been thinking about. I've been trading since 2014 full time. And, I came into the props just a few time ago. Before that, back in the day, I was trading full time and I'm still trading crypto, right? Day trades, swing trades, and so on. However, what is important here is that people from props and futures are happy to receive education. So that's my purpose here. If you think this video is helpful, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and put your thoughts in the comments area. Have a good time about it. And at the same time, for those of you that care about the Ticktick Trader prop firm, we talk about it on my YouTube channel. This is the playlist about it. It is an instant funding, which allows you to qualify without minimum trading days. You also have the consistency. This is another thing which I do want to talk about. Once you pass an evaluation and you get funded through the evaluation, you usually have consistency that is higher. So it gives you more comfort compared to the instant funding consistency from the beginning. That's true. That's where you get an advantage for the evaluation side, of course. But this thing with the consistency should not be a problem for anyone due to the fact that consistency is kept under control by the trader on limiting the profits. This is what this consistency means. To limit your profits, not to let your profits run too high. So it's not a problem of trading skills to set a take profit, a limit order, an exit of a trade at a specific value. You have to set it because if you cross that value, you have to make a lot of the money to respect 20% consistency, for example. And it's bringing you additional difficulties. So that extra $200, $500 you made today will actually require you in the upcoming days to make a lot more in order to qualify. That means, thank you, I don't need that extra $500 there. Let me keep myself under control with a consistency and let me be able to qualify for the payout, which is the reason I'm trading in this instant. And then, of course, as soon as I get the opportunity for live trading, I will continue my journey. But that doesn't mean I don't have to follow my reason of getting paid as quickly as possible, as smartly, and as wise as possible during instant funding. If I want to become a trader, that doesn't mean I have to work for free. If I want to become a trader, that doesn't mean I don't need to consider my purposes and not to follow my incentives. Of course, you have to follow. It doesn't mean you have to work hard for pennies on the dollar. It doesn't mean at all out of all these things, right? So prop firms that will come out here and tell you, hey guys, if you want to become traders, you have to go through this, non-money making periods, because I would like to see if you're capable of trading. This is a trap, fellas. Just like I told you, they miss something that is called the psychology side. The psychology side, which is then going to be the biggest problem of that person when it goes live or when it goes funded. Enjoy, guys. Once again, all the links for everything, coupon code, promotion, whatever, is in the comments area. Have a good time, and we'll talk to you soon.